Get white, drip and get your Mariah. Shoulda look good in the moonlight. Especially looking so come on.
Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to Red Rex Gaming. I am Red Rex, and we are back with Project Cars 2. Now, this is a game I haven't touched in a fair while, like a good long while. I haven't actually put this game on the channel. I've played a little bit of it since, and I wasn't going to upload any more videos on it until I got another T80 Thrustmaster, because the one I had back at my old house stopped working properly. Basically, what happened was I would plug it in, and the steering function, steering left and right, would act like the thumbstick going left and right. I would just plug it in, it would be sitting stationary, but it would be cycling through all the menus to the left, so it would act like it's constantly turned left. I don't know if that was a wiring issue or what, but I've got another T80 Thrustmaster here. This one I'm taking very good care of. I'm keeping it in a special place under my desk, and I've kept the receipt for this one, so let's hope I haven't wasted any money. Today, yeah, I already had the race planned out, but the cars, I did not. What I want to do, okay, I'm going to try something. This video is not only a trial for this microphone, because, you know, new microphone. I don't know if there is much of a difference, if there's like, I don't know, less of it sounding like there's a sock over the microphone, or if it's a little clearer or what. But yeah, this is a trial video for this mic, and also a trial video for the content I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to be doing a 30 lap race at the Long Beach circuit, and I'm going to do it in Bathurst was recently, but V8s don't really. Let's have a geese. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I bought a Porsche pack as well, so I have a bunch of new Porsches and stuff. You know what? Why not? We'll use a Porsche GT3. Yes. Alright. The first thing I'm going to do, this music is very loud, by the way, so if that's causing a bit of struggle to hear me, I'm sorry. What we're going to do is we're going to have a look at how many cars are actually in this livery. Oh, 20, then we have 22, 24, about 24, and I believe there's another set, so 26? We're going to set it for 26, because, well, I'm pretty sure that's how many cars there actually are under this Porsche livery. I remember racing them a long time ago, and I saw all these liveries along with a bunch of other ones, and I was looking at them like, why can't I choose that livery? And then I had a look and I was like, oh, I need to actually download that. Okay, we're going to set it for 25 opponents. All of us are identical. We'll put, you know what, we're putting the skill all the way up. Yeah, we're going to put it all the way up. All the way. We'll have it at 80, right? Because I haven't played in a long time. Have it at 80. So, right. Who's messaging me? Oh, it's Tegan. Hello. Light cloud. So the track's going to be a bit cooler than it will be when we're racing. And, let's get this video underway, shall we? I'm also using my, Typhoon gaming chair. Non-sponsored. Oh, actually, one other thing I should probably point out is I don't know if this is actually going to work. Because I've plugged the controller in for this microphone. Because this microphone requires a controller. But I'm also using the steering wheel. So whether this actually works, or if I'm just going to waste about an hour of my life, we'll find out in editing. So yeah, that'll be quite interesting now, won't it? So yeah, alright, qualifying, let's go. Now, you want your car tuned for maximum attack when you're doing qualifying. So let's just, what's it, race engineer, braking, downforce, braking, oh no, this is all just stuff that, edit setup, I mean, it looks alright, it looks like she'll be alright for attack. Oh no, we want, what to make by weather, well, what's the temperature? 119 Fahrenheit, yeah, I've got hard slicks on, I'm alright with that then. Alright, you know what? I'll let the car go as it is, and if it needs a bit of changing around, I'll come into the pits and do that. So, let's put the pit speed limiter on when he releases me. Oh god, everyone's coming out. Alright, after this car. Right. Oh boy. Oh boy. Move my chair closer. Alright. You might be noticing I'm doing this in first person. That's because with this steering wheel I've just calibrated it, and I seem to be able to work better with the steering wheel when I'm a little more inside the car, so it feels like I'm actually driving. Okay, we just want to get some heat into the tyres on the outlap. That's, oh, if we don't tag the wall, that's what we're going to do. You know, just get a bit of heat into the tyres. We're going to wait for them to warm up before we start pushing the car a bit. Want the brakes to warm up as well, because they're going to be stone cold after sitting in pits. I'll let this driver go. I'll let him by. Gonna do a bit of weaving. Try and get some heat into the tyres before I start really nailing the car around the corners. Oh, someone else is coming. Alright. I'll start giving it a bit now. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, before I start doing my my flying lap, I'm just going to adjust my seat a bit because I feel like I'm very compacted to the steering wheel right now. I've moved forward so I can fit with the pedals, but the steering was a bit at my face. There we go. Alright. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Now I can actually steer without my elbows going into my chest. That's a hairpin. Alright, let's do this. Our first flying lap around the Long Beach circuit. I'm going to hug it a bit tighter to the wall than the driving line. I'm going to see where he... Oh, so it's right at the brake in the lanes of the road. Oh, jeez. Alright, that was not a good pass through turn 2. Around the water fountain we go. Spun the tyres a bit on the exit. Right, maybe I should give the car a bit of leeway for the first couple laps, just because the tyres are not exactly up to temperature. They're getting there, but no, they're not the greatest right now. Okay. Hug the wall. That's it. Oh, I just tagged that one, I reckon. I am not doing well. And that's an understatement. Yeah, she's going to slide around a bit for the first couple laps. There's no damage on the car, as you can see down here. Pit crew hasn't told me anything about the car handling any different to what it should be, so... Oh, jeez. Start to flutter the throttle through the corners. There we go, here we go. Now the tyres are coming up to temperature, you can see the nice green pattern. Alright, what was our first flying lap? Qualified for 14th. Oh, that's not very good. We're not doing too far off our last pace. There we go, that was a good turn. The car will start to respond a little better now. Those tyres are pretty much at peak temperature. Took that turn a little wide. Oh dear! Oh no! Okay. Oh shit, are they going by it? Alright. Oh jeez. That, oh sorry mate. Alright, I'll move it out of the way for everyone. Oh Jesus. Well that was not ideal. Oh my god. So that was our second flying lap and I've just slammed it. I think I clipped the tyre barrier with my rear left and it's just spun me around. Alright.
We're setting up for that now.
I'm just going to request a pit stop, we're going to repair the car and then I'll send it back out. I can change the camera views for you guys, but there's not really much good in doing that. Oh, you can see a bit of the damage starting to fold there. I'm guessing most of it is mechanical. Oh dear, that's not very good. There's not much damage to the rear, which is where I clipped it, but there's more damage to the front, because that's sort of where I pushed it into the wall. Right, we got 8 minutes left of qualifying. So, let's hope they can get this fixed quick. Yeah, I love this game's graphics and everything, it just it chucks it all back together. Alright, the waiting time, here we go. I'm assuming what they do IRL is from a bumper like that, they just take off the original bumper, chuck a new one on, compress the hood down with a bit of racing tape, and the rear bumper, it didn't look like there was too much damage to the rear. Oh jeez, let's not spin the tyres out of the pit box, because they probably just, yeah, they've cooled down a fair bit after sitting there. Alright. Let's send it back out and see what we can do. We got one car tailing here. Alright, I'll let it by. Alright, let's start pushing this car a bit more now. Warm up these tyres back to their peak temperature. Bit sharp on that corner. Oh, tagged the wall. It's okay, just a scrape. Nothing mechanical. Get a bit of heat into the tyres. That front right is really not liking this track. It's mostly right turns, so that right front tyre is going to be spinning the least out of all of them. It's going to have the least pressure on it out of all of them. So it's not going to be the warmest. They've started to heat up a bit more now. They're all around 24. Yeah, 24 psi. That should be good for a flying lap. Right, gonna... Oh, I might be able to oh no. I was gonna say I might be able to hang back a bit so that the driver in front here can just go ahead and I'll have some clear air for the flying lap, but I guess we're at an alright distance. If I need to overtake him, I can. Alright, here we go. We're currently sitting in 21st, which is not what we want. We want that pole position, so we're gonna hang it tight to the wall and we're gonna let it glide about there and make sure we hit our braking point. Good, that was real good. Oh yeah, this is a good lap. Oh, it was a real good lap. Alright, let's not swing it too wide to all those tyre barriers this time. That was better. Alright, we're gaining time now. So we're going up by 1.7 seconds by the looks of it. Oh, if I don't get distracted too much, I'm not going to look at that then. Oh, tag the wall. Okay, let's try and keep it on the black stuff. Alright, let's just... We got 5 minutes left of qualifying, so let's just ease it up a little bit. We've gained 2.0... I can't read it, it's going too quickly. It's chopping and changing because it's live times. Oh my god, alright then. Traffic, might need to notify the pit crew of that, but there's not a function to actually talk to them. I wish there was, because I'd be saying so much stuff. Right, around the hairpin, no sliding. Oh, he was pulling into the pits, that's why he peeled out, okay. Well, I've gained... I'm in pole position, alright. They are... Oh, they're not far behind though. Any improvement from second place will take pole position. So I'm going to try and set it even faster lap. Oh, if I don't spin out. Let's try and really push the car this lap. Qualifying is maximum attack on this track with any car. So let's see if we can push that a little more. It was on this straight here and this turn where I think I lost the time because I tagged that outside wall. There we go, I didn't tag it this time, so I'm okay. Flutter the throttle a bit. Alright. Also that green and red bar on my speedometer, as you can see there to my right, that is actually how much I'm applying to the throttle and the brake. I'm on a flying lap, so I'm just going to squeeze by. Oh, what's happening here? Alright. We have definitely improved. Look at that time up there. Fastest lap and we're a second ahead. Oh yeah. We've got 1.305 on second place. That is a damn good lap. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
That's it, you have pole position. Now
Yes.
now. You're starting on the front row tomorrow.
Yes, that's what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we like to see. Starting in pole position for the race. Why? Because I'm just built different, alright? I am just built different. Alright. Let's do this. About half throttle on the takeoff. Grab a gear, disappear. Alright, we've got a decent start off the bat. Real good start off the bat. And we've started to gain a bit of distance on the rest of the pack. Keep these tyres warm. Oh, and second place has made a bit of a charge through the inside. See if I can take that back. Oh, no. Too wide. No, not happening. He's not having any of it. And he got a much better exit out of that turn. Alright. Now the way a long race usually works is the first couple laps will be quite rough. You know, everyone will be pushing fairly hard to try and set themselves a good pace. And then throughout the midsection of the race, you kind of just hold your position and you kind of just wait for the opportunities. Right, I'm going to slip to the inside because I have enough pace for this. Too wide, I could see him to the left there. I don't have a thumbstick, so I can't actually look to my left to see where he's at, unless I can get my VR headset down here. And I might be able to hook that up, but I'm not sure if this game works with VR. I got a damn good exit and a damn good overtake out of that, so I'm going to start just getting a bit of distance. There is a mandatory pit stop in this race, which means everyone will have to pull into the pits at some point to do anything necessary. Repairs, tyres, fuel, anything along those lines. But everyone will have to pull in for something. Alright, we can really start pushing the car now. She's built for the race. She's built for attack. I'm going to start sending it, see how much distance I can gain on the pack before I make my pit stop. You might notice at some points I'm not sitting directly on the driving line. That's because the driving line will tell you, you know, roughly where to slow down, roughly the fastest points of the track, where it best sits. But it's not, you have to follow it, otherwise, you know, you're not going to have the best race. You see me in the qualifying, I sit just on the inside of the driving line on the...
3 seconds, protect that gap.
Okay, 3 seconds on second place. On this turn here, on the bend, you'll notice I sit just to the right of the driving line because I can chop off a couple of seconds just by doing that. And another thing a driver should look for instead of the driving line is the signposts on the side of the track. They're basically distance from where you are in comparison to the turn, and they're a reference for where you should start braking. You can also look for features on the track, like the lines on the road, and that can also be used as a, okay, that's my braking point. You can use that to sort of, you know, you start from there and then you go, right, I'm going to brake just after that, see if I can shave off a couple seconds, you know, stuff like that. So the driving line is there to go, okay, if you're a beginner, this is basically what you need to do. You need to follow this sort of line around the track. You need to brake when it goes red, you know. But yeah, you don't always have to follow it exactly. I say as I'm following it almost exactly. I know, not a good point followed by not a good demonstration, but you get what I mean. You've seen a lap. Yeah, see, there you go. You set good lap times when you don't always stick exactly to the driving line. Sometimes you can shave off just a bit of time by, you know, falling just off of it. Some of you might be thinking, oh, I can hear the tires screaming, I can hear, like, you know, they're sliding everywhere. Yeah, that tends to happen when you push the car a fair bit. It's nothing too drastic. It's mostly just the rubber stretching, because the way heating up tires actually works is it's the stretching of the rubber. That's why drivers weave left and right. Fastest second sector, nice. You see when the drivers weave left and right to heat up their tires, that's because it's stretching the rubber, it's creating friction. You don't usually hear it as much as this game exaggerates, but when I went to Tailem Bend, and for a birthday present I got to do a hot lap in a Mustang, the driver, because obviously I couldn't drive one of their Mustangs, he took me for a hot lap. Fastest lap of the race, there you go. He said to me, you'll hear the tyres scream. That's completely normal. They're not racing slicks, so obviously you're going to hear him screech a lot more than usual. But yeah, it's just the stretching of the rubber. It's the friction of the slicks on the road. But yeah, nothing to be concerned about. See, if I was to slide the car a bit, you'd hear more of a defined screeching noise, rather than just the, you know, sort of wavy, soft-sounding stretch of the rubber on the road. You can hear all the drivers going by on the other side of the track. Other interesting facts do I have? I don't know. I could probably pull my phone up right now and just bring up a bunch of facts for you guys, turn this into a full-blown podcast. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bore you guys with the ins and outs. Oh, Bathurst, Jamie Whincup raced with Red Bull, or Team Ampol, I think it is now. Yeah, I think it's Ampol, because they've got a new red sign on the side of the car. It still has the Red Bull livery, but it has Ampol instead of Red Bull written on the side of the car, which is a bit odd. Shane Van Gisbergen won in a Holden Commodore for the last year that a Holden Commodore was going to be racing on that track. They're now switching to the Chevrolet Camaro, which is kind of sad, because V8 Supercars for me, right, I'll turn this into a full-blown podcast now. V8 Supercars for me was really what got me into cars growing up, and it was an Australian motorsport. You know, we had the Ford Falcon and the Holden Commodore, two Australian iconic cars. And then they've gone, oh, you know what, we'll swap the Falcon out for a Mustang. Okay, you've brought in American muscle to an Australian motorsport, that's fine, we still have the Commodore. Oh, a couple years later, no, we're taking that Commodore out as well. You're going to be racing with the Camaro now. I'm like, okay. So, this Australian motorsport is now just American. It's got American cars in it. And I'm sure there'll be some people in America who go, oh, the V8 supercars, American racing sport, something along the lines of that. They'll make it theirs because it's their cars now. It's not our cars anymore. I miss the days of there being Peter Brock in a Holden Tirana. I see those clips on TikTok and I'm like, I wish I could have seen that. I wish I could have seen that. I was in the era when Jamie Whincup and Craig Lowndes raced for Vodafone in a Holden Commodore. That was my sort of starting era of V8 supercars. That's as far back as I can remember of me watching them. My family told me when I was like a toddler and they first ever saw V8 supercars, because that was their first time seeing it as well. They're like, oh, they race V8 supercars. They're like Holden Commodores and Ford Falcons and stuff. They put it on the TV. I was living with my grandparents at the time, so they put it on the TV while they were helping the grandparents clean the house. They didn't even know what it was. They just accidentally put it on. And they're like, oh, just cars racing, I guess. I apparently sat there from the moment I woke up to the moment it was time to go to sleep, watching this all-day race actually take place, and then I didn't even know that. Like, from a kid, I just sat there and watched cars constantly race around a track, and then look at me now, I'm virtually doing exactly that. And it's really turned into a full-blown podcast as I just send this Porsche lap after lap around this track. The tyres have started to fade away a bit. Lap times have dropped a little bit. But that's okay, we've all fallen into our own little segments. Second place is 14 seconds back. Yeah, this is going fairly well. Well, that'd be a good thing to talk about. If anyone doesn't know how those time frames over there work, that's how many seconds it would take at the speed we're going, right? If I suddenly stopped, right? If my car suddenly became stationary, and those cars constantly travelled at that speed, see, that's why it's always changing and going up and down. That's because our speeds are always changing, going around corners and straights, right? Say the time it's at now, right? 16,756, right? If it was at that time, oh, people coming out of the pits. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to that. But yeah, say a car was 16 seconds back, right, from me. If that car was to travel at that speed, and I wasn't travelling at all, if my car was just completely stationary, not moving, and they were travelling at that speed for 16 seconds, after those 16 seconds, they would be at me. So it takes them 16 seconds to get to me at that speed. That's what it's measuring, like how many seconds back at what speed is that driver from first place. That's just a little, I hope that made sense. I probably didn't describe it the best way, but that's how I understand it. If I'm going to make a pit stop, I'm going to want at least 20 seconds from second place so I don't drop too far back. Bit overcautious, I reckon. Right, I'm going to try and get a lot more distance on second place just before I make this pit stop. We're halfway through the race now, so that's a good sign. Alright, we got 20 seconds on second place. It's now or never.
Hit this lap.
Alright, this has to be a perfect pit stop. Alright, no faults. Because that can happen in this game. They will suddenly say to you, oh, we've dropped a wheel nut or something. They will say, oh, there seems to be an issue with the gearbox. They'll say something like that. And it will take like 2 minutes to make the pit stop. That can randomly happen in this game. I like that feature, but I hate it when it happens to me. Right, I'm going to get passed by a couple of the drivers. Second place is pitted in. So that means the pack is not far behind. I will probably drop down to 6th if I'm lucky. If I'm unlucky, I'll be way back in like 12th.
Here to go.
Okay. I'm at 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Here comes 6th. Okay, I'm just a bit further back. That's okay. Have a safe entry. And we're just gonna, we're just gonna wait for them to make any mistakes. They have to make their pit stop still soon. Now, my tyres did not get changed. I think they put in fuel. So I've got a full tank. It's just a matter of when who does what. I'm not gonna put any excessive pressure on them. I'm just going to let the race play out because all of these drivers still have to make a pit stop. I've just got to keep it on the asphalt. Now, keen to see who pulls in. Oh, heavy on the brakes coming around the hairpin. Oi! What was happening there? It looked like one of them just stopped completely. There's a bit of a gap now from us to first. I'm going to hang it wide. Oh, I've almost locked the brakes. Oh, squeezing me to the wall. Yeah, I'm starting to lose grip. Probably should start racing it more safe than aggressive. Alright, we're coming into the final section of the race. That was a good overtake. Just later on the brakes, good car positioning. Yeah, my tyres are starting to give out a lot more now. Now,
Under pressure is great stuff. You're gonna
yeah, I don't really want to pressure him too much though. In case, okay. Pit stop made. I don't want to pressure him too much because that's pushing my car a lot. Oh, yeah, I'm starting to lose grip. I've just sustained a little bit of damage to the front of the car. Yeah, my brakes have started fading too. Oh. This is not going to be good if I can't keep this just stable. Just want to keep it on the black stuff. So this is what I mean by play for keeps. These drivers will race fairly aggressive in the midst of the pack. I have to rely on getting a better exit. Are we still side by side? He's just covered off now. Alright. So if we can slip to the inside here. Yes. Anyone gonna peel in? Alright. Slightly less pressure from behind now. I'm in 5th position. Alright, just keep it on the asphalt. That's it. Nicely done. This is where it starts to get really, really scary. Because as your tyres fade throughout the race, you're not going to have as much grip coming into the final couple of laps. But you really want to try and push a bit more pace because the other drivers will be pushing fairly hard as well. Try and take a position from you. I'll have to yield. Rely on the better exit. Much better exit. Very good. Nicely done. Oh, a bit of pressure from behind, hey? No damage.
just 1 second behind P2. Come on, keep digging.
1 second between me and 2nd place. Alright. I could push the car all the way to the end, in which case I'll have a massive gap from me in 2nd place. But these guys are going to be making a pit stop soon anyway, and I have a fairly big gap as it is. Like, from me to 3rd is, like, pretty big difference. Look at that time. So, I reckon I've settled the race. I reckon it's just about done. It's just a matter of making no mistakes. Oh, that's a mistake right there. I just slid it a bit wide. Bit heavy on the acceleration, I reckon. These guys have had a fairly civil race. I'm just going to sit behind them. They seem to be setting a good pace. I'll just sit with them. Give them a bit of room. Ooh. Oh, I was just better. I was just better. I was just smarter. I managed to slip through the tiniest gap. I just threaded the needle. Because 1st place driver was pulling into the pits, 2nd place was stuck behind him, and I just threaded that needle. Now I just gotta hold my position and keep it on the road all the way to the finish line. Sorry about that, the recording timed out because I've been going for an hour. I saw some back markers ahead. I had to slow down because I was fixing my recording. The second place driver's just pulled in for the pit stop, so I have no pressure at all from behind. Judging by the time frames, all I have to do is drive, and drive clean. The tyres are sliding around a lot more than they were at the start of the race now, which is not ideal. The car is starting to become a bit unwieldy. It's just a matter of taming it, keeping it clean on the track. I know I keep saying that a lot, but I'm not telling you guys, I'm telling myself so I don't crash. The only thing I haven't had is a helmet on my head to keep myself warm in this room. I've had to just open my window, and I don't have a straw to feed any water through my head. You know, I don't have a helmet on where I can just press a button on the steering wheel and just give me a drink of water. Can't do that. Instead I've had to reach for my drink bottle behind me.
Nice job. That's the fastest first sector.
Damn, I'm still setting fast sector times.
Coming up on a back marker, he might be twitchy, so keep it clean and get by without losing any time.
Ah, fucking... Sorry. Alright, let's just ease up then, because these tyres have started to age. I've pushed fairly hard to try and even get up to this back marker. Keep my time going well. We've only got a few laps left. All we need to do is get it home. Show you guys a different view so we're not staring at the same shit. Look at this. This car has done very fucking well. Oh, he's just tagged the wall on the outside there. I just slipped by. Oh, back marker, watch out. Give me the inside line. There. That was too much work to get past a back marker. It shouldn't have been that difficult. Oh jeez. Okay, don't stamp on the throttle after a hairpin, especially with low tyres, alright? I just figured out that's not the best idea, Brian. 28th lap, 3 laps to go.
Let's get by without any drama. Come on, keep focused.
Yeah, you said that about the other one, but there was drama. He didn't give me room. Blue flags should be out. There's a driver on a different lap behind them. Just tag the wall. We'll move aside. Get off the driving line. Fine, I'll do it. Oi! What a douche! I'm on a different lap. I should be allowed to pass. You should be giving me a wave by. There. Blue flags, which actually signifies you guys as blue, notifies drivers that are on a lap down. One of the drivers on a lap up are behind them. Basically it means let them by. You'll notice that in Formula 1, you'll notice it in V8s, they wave the blue flags around. It's just to let the drivers that are a lap down, or because they'll still be pushing fairly hard even if they are a lap down. And it's just a way of saying to them, like, you've got a driver behind you who is actually a lap ahead of you. Try not to affect the race too much, let him by. I'm having to push fairly hard to get past these back markers. The room they actually give you is not too far off the racing line, so there's not really much I can do. I guess I'm just sitting out amongst these guys now. Alright, I'm getting sandwiched between these two. I clear? I'm clear.
Okay, mate, you're coming up on some back markers now, and some of them might be twitchy. Keep it clean and get by without losing any time.
Does he not realise I've been in the midst of these back markers for quite a minute? Oh dear.
Last lap now, mate. Stay focused. Just keep it clean and tidy all the way to the flag.
Alright, just keep it clean and tidy. You've heard it here first. Excuse me, let me by. Excuse me. Let me by. Just having a bit of a wrestle with this guy. Oh dear. I haven't tagged a wall in a long time, and it happens to be that when I tag a wall, it's wrestling with a back marker. No, he's just tagged my rear. Don't do that. That's rude. Alright, we're just about finished. It's the last time around this corner. Last time down this straight.
It's now or never, mate. Push as hard as you can.
I would, but these tyres are pretty much gone. The fuel is starting to dwindle away. If I push any harder through these turns, I might just lose the car. I'm gonna keep it nice and clean. Second place is 32 seconds behind me. I have nothing to worry about. Except back markers getting in the flipping way. And ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for the Porsche GT3 around the Long Beach circuit. But yes, this was actually really enjoyable. I had a great time doing this. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to go and let me know down in the comments.
Well done, mate. On the race. You really earned it today. Great job.
Oh yeah. If you want to see more amazing content from other creators, be sure to go and check out all the channels in the link in the description below. That's Green Ghost Gaming, Go Samurai, Tech Spider, DexishereYT, and Bluebeast Gaming. If you want to see some more GTA, if you want to see some more Minecraft, if you want to see some more Project Cars, if you want to see some Fortnite, and if you want to see some more of the crew, give me that heads up in the comments below as well. And I will see all of you in the next video. Bye bye.